It's Thursday, March 5th, 2025, and we have some big, concerning severe weather to talk about with tornadoes, hail, damaging winds, and much more. Let's get into it. So here's a brief little update from last night. We now have an enhanced risk of severe weather that includes Woodward, Altus, Sayre, going into Fairview. This is our most concerning area for today. But we also have a slight risk around that includes Guyman, Enid, Oklahoma City, Lawton, going all the way into Stillwater, and Alva. But with this, we do have a 10% chance of tornadoes that include Altus and Mangum. It's a tiny little small area, but this is definitely going to be a big threat for tornadoes today. But then around that, we have a 5% chance hatched. By the way, this is all hatched. For tornadoes that includes Woodward, Enid, Oklahoma City, Lawton, Woodward. But then we have our damaging wind risk that goes a 50% hatch that includes Stillwater, Enid, Woodward, Oklahoma City, Lawton, Altus, all of those areas. And then we have a hatched 30% chance of damaging hail that includes Woodward, Fairview, Sayre, and Altus. Now this is definitely our most concerning risk. We could probably see maybe baseballs coming down in Woodward. This is definitely where risk needs to be watched, but let's look at our models. So storms are supposed to initiate around 6 p.m. Look at that first storm kind of pops off in Oklahoma, and then more storms pop up. Now today we have a big supercell chance. That's why we have such a high tornado risk today. There's a high supercell chance, meaning that there's going to be more tornadoes, more storms capable of producing damaging hail, damaging winds, and all of that severe weather probability together. But then it becomes one line around 1 a.m. As it kind of heads through Oklahoma City. Then it'll kind of jump into a whole different thing. But I'd say our most concerning time frame is going to be around midnight tonight. But all of these, at any time from 6 p.m. to around 1 a.m., these thunderstorms are going to be capable of producing tornadoes. Oh, we have another enhanced risk to talk about, so let's go to it tomorrow. So tomorrow, we have an enhanced risk of severe weather that includes Bartlesville, Tulsa, Muskogee, going all the way down into Fort Smith and Miami. Now, let's look at our tornado risk here. We have a 10% hatch chance of tornadoes that includes, Muskogee, Tahlequah, McAllister, going all the way down into, I'm assuming Durant, Atoka, Caddo, and Durant, going all the way up into Muskogee, if I didn't already say that. We have a, actually non-hatched 50% chance of damaging winds that includes Tulsa, Muskogee, Fort Smith, Bartlesville, Stillwater, the particularly eastern side of Oklahoma City, McAllister, Durant, Ardmore, all those areas. And then we have a 30% hatch chance for damaging hail that includes Tulsa, Bartlesville, Pryor Creek, Tahlequah, Old Mulgee, McAllister, Fort Smith, and Greenwood. Now, just like we talked about earlier with our forecast for today, I would not be surprised if we see maybe even tennis balls or baseballs falling from the sky with this risk tomorrow. So let's get into what we can see tomorrow with our models. So based off what I'm seeing on the models, it's going to be a very late night event because around 11 p.m., the storms are going to finally initiate, probably producing a lot of hail. And then it's going to go into Saturday's morning hours. But it's still going to be the same risk as Friday's tornado risk, severe thunderstorm risk. Or sorry, Friday's, if I didn't say that. But look at this brief, small little line now around 1 a.m. And then it'll kind of break off. And then in the early morning hours of Saturday, there's just going to be a little bit of rain. But these type of like little storms down here could produce flash flooding. So now let's get into our next thing. So in result of those little storms on Saturday, we do have a marginal risk of severe weather that includes Choctaw Nation, Caddo, Atoka, Durant, Boswell, Antlers, Idabel, Tahina. There's really no models for this, so let's get into the next segment. That is all the information I have for you today, but check our Twitter for more information because we're going to be announcing every morning, or at least most of them, that come through today, tomorrow, and probably even Saturday. So, goodbye. I'll see you on Twitter maybe, or if not, tomorrow. Goodbye.